my Troublesomes, it's Miracle, and welcome back to Mind of a Miracle. I'm so happy you guys decided to join me today, and honey, we are doing what we do best, and that is minding other people's business. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a little comfort pillow, go ahead and pour yourself a little drink, because honey, I got the hot cocoa for you. First and foremost, honeys, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Yara, because honey was like, girl, do you know about what's going on right now? And I was like, girl, no, my notifications didn't go off. And honey, spoiler alert, we are talking about Lushious Massacres live, okay? And then, so as it is, I also want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have taken the time to watch my first ever live. I feel like we had such a constructive and enriching conversation, especially with what's going on in the drama and commentary community, especially the in-depth conversation that I felt like I had with Snider, especially with the positivity that was being sent out to both Nikki and Mocha from their channel Tea Time. And I feel like I'm so grateful to people like T-Trigger, who has taken the time to acknowledge that even though his dialogue was not wrong about Snider, he understands the power of his words. And I don't know, I think it's stimulating a healthy, happy environment, and hopefully that energy keeps going. But only time will tell. But I just wanted to thank you guys as the viewers, as the people who are personally influenced or affected by this situation, for being open to this dialogue, and hopefully we will continue this going forward. But honey, enough about that, okay? We're gonna be talking about Lushious Massacr, okay? So Lushious decided to share with all of her fans, audience, or people who are interested in her business that she has taken the time off over a month on leave because she was giving herself much needed self TLC. Lushious then self-promotes and says that a couple of videos will be coming out shortly. She is done with her social media hiatus, and she also gives the inside scoop as to why she decided to take this break in the first place. She does not say who, but she says several girls in particular had decided to take their time to tell her that they would be much happier if she decided to leave the YouTube space. And then she proceeds to say that there was a lot of bullying and harassment, and then she decided to drop some names, and she pins everything once again onto Rich Lux, Dustin Dailey, Nick Snider, Paige. She even goes as far to say that all of those individuals have been blocked and she is not keeping up with the Kardashians, so to speak. So that's where we are with that. Lushious goes into depth with explaining how for this last month she wanted to live like a regular pedestrian, as if saying, hey, social media is hot and heavy and I needed to take a break and spend time with my friends and family, and also shares that she decided to go back to Brownsville for a little bit and says that she actually misses home. So she has made the decision to potentially go back to Brownsville and leave LA after being in LA for the last 6 months. But honeys, this was not just a run-of-the-mill pleasant little conversation Lushious decided to have with everybody. She also shares that she thinks that there's a lot of hypocrisy in the drama community. In fact, she would go as far as saying that the people that she is thinking about are not actually drama channels, but actually labels them as bully channels.
I see videos now, and I see that the bully community is up in flames, because let's talk about it. They're canceled, okay? Everybody's going through the gigs, and they're canceled. All these people are canceled. Rich Lux, Nick Snider, Paige, Dustin Dailey, girl, they're canceled, and they're going through the gigs, but they want to sit there and they want to complain and cry about how they're canceled, and they're going through the gigs, girl. And I'm just like, you can't do that, honey. You can't sit there and be a hypocrite now. You gotta own up. You gotta own up to the T. You've been canceled officially, honey, okay? You're going down in flames because people don't find out that you be recording their phone calls. That's why people don't be calling you no more. Hello? I'm surprised that, people even follow you anymore, honey, because it's illegal to be recording phone call conversations, but that's what you do. That's the kind of girl that you are. And I needed to expose the truth so people could see the truth for what it is. Okay, honey? People can see the truth for what it is because too many people have been blind to the truth.
And why has Lushious decided to speak on this now? Especially since everything that happened with her was basically heightened back in November. She says that while everything was hot and heavy, she couldn't get her mind around things. She was very emotional, which is why she decided to delete 2 of her videos that she made about Rich Lux and friends. Additionally, she shares that her bullying situation started in May, and it started to compound and become bigger and bigger and bigger. And now that she has taken the time to mentally prepare herself, she decided that she's going to make this a public statement, because these individuals decided to go on a public platform to issue said bullying. And she decides to call everybody out. Luscious decided to capitalize on the certain conversation that we are having now regarding drama channels and whether or not they are capable of holding themselves accountable. And as far as Luscious sees, she criticizes everyone for not being able to take what they dish out. In fact, she shares that it's interesting that since everyone is trying to expose them, they decide to cry and deflect instead of addressing what they actually have done. She calls Dustin Dailey, Nick Snider, Paige, and Rich Lux especially fake, fraudulent, and also clarifies that the reason why she decided to block these individuals is because she did not want their presence to start dropping little seedlings into her head and cause a whole set of drama within herself. She specifies that her channel is about self-love. She says that it's very difficult for her for being a plus-size individual. She deals with a lot of traumatic experiences being plus-sized and a lot of body issues, and she decided that she needed this space to be able to tell everyone that she wants to create an environment of positivity for other plus-size men and women, and also be the person that she wants to see on social media. She decides to be frank about the situation. She's still embittered and she's still hurt and she's still angry about the situation that happened back in November, and she's taking the time to talk about it to end up releasing those pent-up feelings. Caring Fan decided to take the time to present an idea to Luscious and share with Luscious the fact that they would like it very much if Luscious and Rich Lux were to befriend each other once again, and to that Luscious adamantly stated that this would not be a possibility. A lot of self-promotion ends up happening within that video. Luscious shares all the sponsorships or PR packages that she is presented with. She goes over briefly the fact that she wants to go back to Brownsville because she feels more at home there, and LA is more about a self-serving sort of attitude to which she feels like she does not identify with. She shares also that she's had the opportunity to be able to communicate with multiple celebrities, Lady Gaga included, and while that's all good and well and everything, she would feel more comfortable with returning back home. That's it. Interestingly enough, a personal friend of Lushious Massacr and of Rich Lux decided to present herself within the conversation. She says the words something likened to, remember the time that I drove over 6 hours to get to Houston and I told Rich that I wanted to go out somewhere nice, and then Rich drove her to the food court in the mall, and they were just throwing a little bit of shade. Luscious just wanted to show people how Rich does not care about anyone. And then on top of that, they end up bringing up an individual named Shelby.
I was watching, one of my friends sent me a video because he was saying some things. His name is Shelby Jeff Coat. He's from Houston, Texas. And again, Rich Lux was saying that he doesn't know him, he's never met him, blah, 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 blah. Sister Mary Lou. We're all from the gay. I lived in Houston for 6 years. We would go out together. We would all go out together. We were all part of the same gay circle. We all knew of each other. We all knew each other's tea. And everybody, this is all I'm gonna say. Just because I'm gonna keep it real, because I'm so tired of the lies and the fabrications. For a very long time, Rich Lux had a really hard time, other than me, he had a really hard time making friends in Houston because of his behavior, okay? He was not very well liked or respected in Houston because of his behavior and the way he attacked.
After presenting those statements, Luscious just wanted everybody to know that Rich Lux is not well liked in Houston because of his character. A fan actually asks Luscious whether or not it was true that she was actually late to the video filming of Rich Lux. And then she proceeds to indicate that yes, she was in fact late to that video shoot. And the reason being is because Rich Lux and his multitude of wealth was not paying her to be there. In fact, she said that she was quite upset with the situation. She had previously decided to have a conversation with Rich in private, saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be here. And Rich Lux decided to intimidate her by saying, hey, you're going to be there, I need you to be there, and if you're not going to be there, you're going to potentially be ruined. I'm going to ruin you. And she thought it was quite outlandish that Rich wanted her to go in full drag at 10 o'clock in the morning for something that she was not being paid for. It was just a favor for a friend. Honey, so let's have a conversation, okay? So let's talk about our honey, Nick Snider. Nick Snider had decided to drop this whole thing by saying, oh, the only reason why you're present here and now, right now, Luscious, is because rent must be due. Well, so let's talk about that tweet, honey. Let's talk about the shade there. Okay, Nick, come through with the shade, okay? I don't think he said anything crazy, but I thought it was quite funny to talk about it, especially since Luscious actually addressed several fans within the conversation regarding wealth and finances and the like, talking about how she can't afford certain things, one of the things being healthcare. Now let's talk about why that healthcare conversation came up. Honey, it had everything to do with the PTSD conversation. Luscious had loosely threw out that she felt like she has PTSD. She blatantly says that Rich Lux gave her PTSD. Hunty. The fan came through. Like, if you were not formally diagnosed with that, don't claim that. And Luscious says that she can't get that diagnosis because she don't got the money or the insurance. Honey, okay, let's talk about that. I don't know. This is California. California got the same programs in Jersey. Honey, there is the state insurance. You call them and you present them with your financial situation. Honey, they're gonna get you a deal. It's marketplace. Go ahead and call them. Go ahead and give them what your pay stubs have been for the last year. Go ahead and do that because they will hook you up and help find you something affordable. And if you are really that, struggling with your situation, there are other programs. So I don't want to hear that excuse as to why you can't get the necessary help that you need, because there is help presented, honey. And then on top of that, you don't want to loosely take on mental illnesses. You don't want to do that. And in fact, if you really feel like you are having that sort of trouble, I don't recommend self-healing. I don't recommend, if you don't know how to tackle what's mentally debilitating you, you presenting yourself on social media and saying that you have PTSD and then you're going to fix it yourself. Honey, that doesn't work that way. PTSD doesn't work that way. So that just goes to show me that you're not really experiencing PTSD. You just feel like you can't trust people. And it's shock value to be like, oh my God, Rich Lux is a dirty mother trucker because look at that. He decided to be mean to Luscious. And then Luscious now has a mental illness. It doesn't work that way, okay? Now let's talk about the fact that Luscious says that she has been off of social media for a month. Honey, I went on your YouTube channel. YouTube says you uploaded 2 weeks ago. And then before that 2 weeks ago, it said a month ago. So every 2 weeks you've been updating yourself. That's not a whole month, fam. That's not a whole hiatus. And then on top of that, within your conversation, you said that you would log on to Instagram and you would log on to this social media, and then you would see the influx of fans like, where are you, honey? Where are you? That's not taking a break from social media if you're still logging on to social media. Listen, I'm not coming for Luscious and saying that I hate her or nothing, because I don't know the honey. I don't. But I'm tired of people exaggerating. I'm tired of this constant usage of hyperboles to be able to talk about something, because you don't need that exaggeration to be able to present how you feel. You don't. And then I watched your video from 6-7 days ago or whatever the case may be, because you uploaded, and within that conversation you were like, oh, the reason why I left is because I needed to focus on myself, and I just felt like the pressure of being a YouTuber was too much, and to be able to create this content and not have the ability to formally do so at my own means, it just got too overwhelming. But then you also, I will say that you did stay somewhat consistent in saying, did the situation with everybody contribute to that? And you did say yes, it did. However, in that previous video, you did say that the majority of it came from the fact that you didn't want to be present on YouTube because it was becoming too overwhelming for you. So why is it that now your conversation is so different now? Is it because of what's going on with the heat from them? Because I'm telling you guys, don't think that somebody as prominent as Lushious Massacre does not think about big money moves and being present. Especially since within that conversation, there were several times she mentioned her financial situation. So when we bring that into play and then you put that in that video and then you're saying, look, I'm not going to keep the live up, but then you're like, oh, but I'm going to keep the same energy as everybody else, and then within their apology videos or within their lives or within their bullying statements, oh, you put like 47 different ads. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep the same energy too, but I still don't know if I'm gonna keep the video up yet. So which one is it? Which one is it? Luscious, please let me know. Somebody please let me know for Luscious in her behalf, honey, because I want to know, because I really want to know, because it's not making any sense to me, honey. It's not making any sense to me, honey. Okay, let's have another constructive conversation. I feel like it would be nice to hear from you guys' side, because there might be Lushious Massacre fans here, and instead of just, oh, I'm gonna dislike this video and be like, you're dumb, like, don't do that. There's no need to issue any hatred, because I don't think there is any need to issue any sort of hatred. Just have a conversation with me. Maybe you have some more insight that I don't necessarily have. So I would like to be able to discuss with you why you feel like Lushious Massacre is within her rights to feel how she feels. And I do think that she's within her rights to feel how she feels, but to arguably state that the whole reason why she's not presented on social media because of Rich Lux and his friends, that's kind of... It seems like more so that Lushious had a dream of what California was going to be. That dream did not come out with the level of what she thought California would offer. She's going back home because she feels more comfortable at home. And then in order to help with the potential or the impending move, she's trying to get some cash in her pocket so she can pay to get her stuff back where she's gonna be. And then her channel is gonna focus on the other things that she's talented at. That's what I got from that situation, honey. So you can... because you're gonna wait a whole 2 months after, and then you're also going to capitalize on the fact that there's a lot of drama going within the drama community, especially when, for the most part, people are having a conversation. I just feel like it's too well timed. That's all I really had to say on that, honey. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe my Troublesomes, hit that bell notification to receive updates any other time that I upload, and please, please, please let me know how you feel, because I really enjoy reading your comments. And sometimes, like, I'm actually kind of getting overwhelmed with the amount of comments that are coming in, so it takes me a little bit longer to respond to all of you, but I do read them when I get a chance to, so don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just like I gotta balance my time with things. But I really do appreciate you guys, and I love you all so much. And then until next time, I love you. Okay, bye.